Wow! So I just got done watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the 2012 remake, episode 1, and damn. Now, normally I don't really do, reviews of other stuff on here. I save that for my second channel, but there are some exceptions. Like, I did the Berserk movie review on here, and I definitely wanted to do this because this is something that I really, really, really enjoyed, and I wanted, for other people to check it out as well, and I just want to, discuss it, see what other people think about it. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, if you don't know, was actually an anime in the past. It's kind of a little bit old, and basically what it is this particular one is a remake of it, I believe, and I believe it's slated for 26 episodes. Now, automatically, like, after seeing this, based off episode 1, now I can't judge the rest of it, but I give episode 1 10 out of 10, and it's looking like this series is going to be one of those 10 out of 10 series, but I can't judge just yet. I haven't read the manga, nothing like that, but oh man, just based off of seeing this episode, first of all, you got the main character, JoJo, which is some rich kid, his father's rich and whatnot, and his father basically got into an accident, and some poor guy, some creepy guy, was just happened to be standing by, and the guy that got into an accident thought that he had saved him, and then said, okay, I owe you my life, whatever you want. And basically years later pass, and just, it's so crazy. His son Dio Brando, the old man dies, and he gives his son Dio Brando the letter saying, take this to that guy, and he'll give you whatever you want. And he shows up, and that's where the chaos begins, because originally JoJo had a really good life. This kid, his father was rich, he has a good life, and I was like, oh, okay, this seems pretty interesting so far. Dio Brando shows up, everything goes to hell. He wants to strip every last bit of happiness and hope from JoJo's eyes, because he wants to, I guess, become the heir to the throne. Now, for starters, I gotta say that there are a lot of similarities to Berserk. Now, I'm not talking about the setting, because Berserk has this medieval, crazy war setting. For the most part, when I was watching this, like, automatically, Dio and JoJo remind me of Guts and Griffith. If you don't know what Berserk is, check it out. Amazing. They have this relationship where, well, I guess you could say that when it came to Guts and Griffith, they sort of had a friendship in the beginning. From what I've seen, Dio just despises JoJo and wants to just take over. He doesn't give a shit about JoJo. He hates him, and JoJo feels the same way. So, in that aspect, it's not similar, but it's just the way Dio goes about things. It reminds me of Griffith. Certain events kind of remind me of a little, maybe downplayed version of what happens in Berserk. Like in this particular episode, after he does so many horrible things to JoJo, Dio does, he freaking knocks him out in a boxing ring and everything. He even kisses his girl so he could be the first one. Now, something similar like that happens in Berserk, so a lot of similarities, but, an awesome series, and then this series seemingly is awesome. It has a huge fan base, too, a nice-sized fan base. So, definitely, I gotta say that this series has so much potential. Let's go with the art style for a minute. This art style is very original. I haven't really seen this done. It's like almost as though the manga panels are coming to life, it looks like, because you got like the little symbols, what they do, like for an expression in manga, sometimes like they have like, oh my gosh, the little symbols. So that's pretty interesting, and they actually come to life on the screen. The art style at times looks like really weird and abstract, like the colors change dramatically, and it's just something really different and refreshing. It's like, after watching this episode 1, the premiere, it felt like a breath of fresh air. Like, wow, first of all, this violent atmosphere, because Dio Brando hates JoJo. He hates him, seemingly, or I don't even know if you could really say hates, because he doesn't really have like a grudge against him, but he's standing in his way of getting to where he wants to be, which I guess he wants to just take over. And the way he just goes about doing things, he seems as though he just doesn't care, and he'll do whatever to JoJo to make him be in complete despair. Like what he did to Aiden, I believe the girl's name, the one that was dating JoJo. It's like, God, man, Dio Brando is nasty. I could potentially see Dio Brando becoming one of my favorite villains, if he keeps up like this, because it just seems so wrong. He seems so raw and so crazy. JoJo seems pretty cool. I like that he's a little bit different from the typical norm of a main character. He really like whipped Dio's ass and towards the end of the episode, and it was like, oh man, it's pretty interesting. He does have some similarities to the casual, like, he's kind of a little not the most toughest guy when it comes to, growing up, but he has heart, and I appreciate that. And all around, just this episode was really awesome. Another thing that was already set up was the mystery with that mask. What is that mask and whatnot? I was really wondering. I'm sure it'll be revealed within time, but it even seemed as though it was about to attack or something until JoJo's father showed up in the end when they were fighting Dio and JoJo. So I can't wait to see what that mask is about, and all around just to see how this is going to turn out, because damn, after episode 1, it's like, oh, I want to read the manga so bad, but I don't want to spoil the anime because the art style looks beautiful. The scenes with, the music and the scenes cue perfectly. And, there was nothing really to complain about other than, I guess some people could get turned off by the manga panel thingies, the way it kind of looks with the expressions popping up and whatnot. And maybe some people might not like that it has a lot of similarities to Berserk as far as, the relationship between Dio and JoJo and how Dio goes about things. Dio reminds me very much of Griffith. And, you could even, in a way, if you look at it closely, relate it to Naruto and Sasuke from the Naruto series, because Sasuke, and Dio, they both have similarities as far as Dio wants power, and that's what Sasuke wanted as well. So you could even relate it as well as that classic rivalry between two people, but just Dio is so much more nastier about it from the get-go. Like, at least, with Griffith and Sasuke, they were friends with the main character in the beginning. Dio comes in right out the gate. I'm knocking you out. I'm going to stick my finger in your eye. I'm going to kiss your girl. It's like, god damn. Very impressed by this. Honestly, I went in there thinking, let's see what the hype's about, and I came out of there, after watching episode 1, just like, it's worth the hype. I hope it just continues to be as good as this episode 1, because the pacing, nothing to complain about. Everything was just like, it starts off from the gate grabbing my interest. The guy, in an accident, and then it fast forwards. Now, the end of the episode already, seemingly we're in a time skip, so the pacing, I guess you could say, is very fast. Maybe too fast for some people, because we're getting a 7-year time skip within the next episode, and it's like, god damn, 7 years already? Wow. I just can't wait to see how the story turns out. Phenomenal episode. What do you guys think, though? Do you think that it was really awesome? If you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, I recommend it highly. I highly recommend you watch this, because it was just really a good, premiere, and hopefully it just continues to be as awesome. Just your overall thoughts of the episode, and if you've seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or something, do you think that is definitely on par with like a Berserk, or is it better, worse, or just your overall opinion of the series thus far? Just want to throw out this special review because it was something that I enjoyed so much that it's like, oh, I gotta talk about this. If I don't talk about this, it'll be a crime. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because it is looking very promising. As always, people, I'm ForneverWorld, and have an awesome day.